So day 39 of Through the Bible in 1 year, we're going to be covering Leviticus chapter 22 and Leviticus chapter 23. Now we've got two pretty much weighty chapters in today's Bible study video, but we're going to literally try and breeze through it basically, and as always pick out things that are really significant and really essential to what we're reading now, but also the whole Bible as a whole. So let's jump straight into it. Leviticus 22 and verse 1 reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they profane not my holy name, which they hallow unto me, I the Lord. Say unto them, Whosoever of all your seed among your generations that goeth unto the holy things, which the children of Israel hallow unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence, I the Lord. What man soever of the seed of Aaron a leper, or hath a running issue, he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean. And whoso toucheth anything unclean, the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from him, or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing, whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, or whatsoever uncleanness he have, the soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even, so to the evening, and shall not eat of the holy things unless he wash his flesh with water." Okay, and watch what he says next. Verse 7, "And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because of his food." So it's actually interesting because there's two elements here. There's the whole element of being obedient to God, basically to ensure that you don't get cut off. But the second thing is just day-to-day lifestyle, eat food basically. Okay, this particular food that they're obviously entitled to, but it was also that's a deterrent to basically ensure that they don't just literally walk in, just make themselves unclean basically through different ways. Okay, because they knew they wouldn't be able to have access to that particular food until they've obviously gone through the whole process of washing themselves clean, and obviously waiting until the sun goes down in the evening before they can actually continue to consume that specific food. So I think that's really interesting as well. Okay. Verse 8, "That which dieth of itself or is torn, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith, I the Lord. They shall therefore keep mine ordinance, lest they bear sin for it and die therefore. If they profane it, I the Lord do sanctify them. There shall no stranger eat the holy thing, a sojourner of the priest or an hired servant shall not eat the holy thing. But if the priest buy, sell with his money, he shall eat of it, and he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. If the priest's daughter also be unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering of the holy things. But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced, and have no child, and is returned unto her father's house as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. And if a man eat the holy thing unwittingly, then he shall put the fifth thereof unto it, and shall give unto the priest with the holy thing. And they shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, which they offer unto the Lord. Okay, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass when they eat their holy things, for I the Lord do sanctify them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, Whatsoever of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, that will offer his oblation for all his vows, and for all his freewill offerings, which they will offer unto the Lord for a burnt offering, at your own will, a male without blemish of the beeves, or of the sheep, or of the goats. So the Lord's basically coming again to say, look, these things you're going to be offering, these are a free will offering. Basically, you have the free will to make these offerings. Basically, the only stipulation the Lord put here was that it needs to be a male, okay, without blemish of the first year, okay, of the beeves, of the sheep, of the goats. Okay. 20. Whatsoever hath a blemish shall ye not offer, for it shall not be acceptable for you. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord to accomplish vow, or a freewill offering in beeves or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein. Okay. Same way as which Jesus Christ was the perfect lamb. Okay. The Lord expects an unblemished animal, okay, for an offering. 22. Blind or broken or maimed or having a wen or scurvy or scab, ye shall not offer these unto the Lord, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. excuse me, either a bullock or a lamb that have anything superfluous or lacking in his parts, that mayest thou offer a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. You shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised or crushed or broken or cut, neither shall you make in your land. Neither from a stranger's hand shall you offer the bread of your God of any of these, because there corruption in them, blemishes in them, they shall not be accepted for you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam, and from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. So the Lord's basically saying, preserve it for a specific amount of time, and then you can now offer it. And cow or ewe, ye shall not kill it and her young both in one day. Okay. 29. And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, offer at your own will. On the same day, verse 30, it shall be eaten up. Ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I, the Lord. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I, the Lord. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I, the Lord, which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, the Lord. Okay. We go into the next chapter. Okay. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, the feast of the Lord which ye shall proclaim. Holy convocations, these my feasts. So the Lord's literally about to run through the specific feasts he wants the children of Israel to follow throughout the year. 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day, the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation, ye shall do no work, it the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These the feasts of the Lord, holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th of the first month at even, the Lord's Passover. Okay, read about that in Exodus. And on the 15th day on the same month, the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day and holy convocation ye shall do no servile work. So in the first day and in the 7th day are days where no work's to be done. Okay, in the feast of unleavened bread. Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you on the morrow. After the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Okay, so the Lord's basically saying now the first fruits, the day after the Sabbath, the priest shall literally, there should be first fruits given unto the priest, and the priest shall obviously come, verse 11, wave it before the Lord to be accepted for you. Okay, verse 12, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a sweet savour, and the drink offering thereof of wine, the 1/4 of an hin. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God, a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Okay, so that were the first 3, or 4 depending on how you count the Sabbath. Okay. And ye shall, so we've got the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread, and the feast of first fruits. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. And notice how these are how the Lord's connecting them anyway. Okay, you've got Passover, then the next day is the feast of unleavened bread, 7 days. Then the day after the Sabbath of the unleavened bread is this feast of first fruits. And then what does he say? He says 16. After the 7th Sabbath shall you number 50 days. Okay, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Okay, so notice how the Lord's connecting them. Okay, ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven, the first fruits unto the Lord. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and one young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offering, an offering made by fire of sweet savour unto the Lord. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them, okay, with the bread of the first fruits, a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And he shall proclaim on the selfsame day, it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work, a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I, the Lord your God. Okay, so the Lord is reiterating what he's reiterated in the previous video that we covered, previous 3 chapters. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets. Okay, so this is the Feast of Trumpets. Okay, in the 7th month. Okay, the first day of the 7th month is the Feast of Trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th of this 7th month. Okay, so the same month, a day of atonement. That's the day of atonement that we've read about a couple of times so far in our Through the Bible study. Okay, it shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. So notice every day, every year on the 10th day of the 7th month was the Day of Atonement. There was a specific day every single year, basically, where literally the priest would go in before the Lord and make an atonement for himself and for the whole nation. Okay, basically to cover sin. Okay, and it's obviously symbolic in the sense that that was something that needed to be repeated. Okay, our Day of Atonement, so to speak, for us under the new covenant is obviously the day Jesus Christ died and rose again. Okay, that was our atonement basically. So we don't have to do that every single day. Okay, it's just happened once and final. Okay, these are just foreshadows of obviously what's to come later and what I just described with Jesus Christ, etc. Okay, 29. For whatsoever soul that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut from among his people. And whatsoever soul that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Let's keep reading. Why? Think about why. Okay, he shall do no manner of work, 31. A statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It unto you a Sabbath of rest, 32, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th of the month. In the 9th of the month at even, from even unto even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. Okay, so it's literally from the evening of the 9th to the evening, okay, of the 10th, basically. Okay, you should afflict, okay, yourself basically, and obviously celebrate the Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month. Okay, so another feast now. Okay, the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, so the Feast of Tabernacles. So now we've had the Feast of Trumpets, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yep. Okay, Feast of Blowing of Trumpets. Then we've had the Day of Atonement, and now we're getting into the next feast. Okay. 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, Feast of Tabernacles. 34. The 15th day of this 7th month, the Feast of Tabernacles, 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day and holy convocation ye shall do no servile work. 7 days shall ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It a solemn assembly, ye shall do no servile work. These the feasts of the Lord which ye shall proclaim, holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day, beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your freewill offerings which ye give unto the Lord. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day a Sabbath, and on the 8th day a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of fig trees and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year, a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. Okay, so it's the Feast of Booths. Okay, tied in with this whole Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, or you can kind of pretty much categorize it as one. Okay. 42, ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. 43, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. Is still wrap out the last 2 verses here. When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I, the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. God bless his words. And it's interesting because why is the Lord setting up these feasts? Okay, we read about in Exodus when the Lord was setting up the Passover. He talked about, I want you to keep this for generation, through generations to generation, because it's a sign that the Lord passed over basically and brought you out of Egypt. And how did the Lord finish this chapter talking about the Feast of Booths? He wants these things to be done from generation to generation as reminders, basically, remembrance that when I brought you out of Egypt, I caused the Israelites to dwell in booths. Okay, so that's the end of today's Bible study video. Click on the subscribe button, share it with someone you think is going to be beneficial to you, and I look forward to creating new videos in the future. Thanks and take care.